Hello friends, I am so excited to share a fun project with you today. We are going to build a pipe clothing rack. These racks are just wonderful. They bring a touch of cool industrial style into your home. Think of old factories or city lofts. That strong, simple look is what we are aiming for. It is a style that tells a story. It feels sturdy and real. A pipe rack is not just for holding clothes, it is a statement piece. It shows off your unique taste. And the best part, you can make it yourself. That makes it even more special, don't you think? One of the things I love most about pipe clothing racks is how useful they are. Maybe your closet is overflowing, or perhaps you need a spot for guest coats in the entryway. This rack is a perfect solution. It is strong enough to hold many clothes. Heavy winter coats are no problem for these sturdy pipes. You can also use it in a laundry room for hanging clothes to dry, or imagine it in a bedroom showing off your favorite outfits. It is so much more than just storage. It is a helper in your home, keeping things tidy and looking good. Now let's talk about that industrial style. It might sound a bit serious, but it is actually very warm and inviting. The metal pipes have a raw, honest feel. This look can mix well with so many other styles. If your home is modern, the clean lines of the pipes will fit right in. If you love farmhouse style like I do, the metal adds a nice contrast to wood and soft fabrics. It is all about balance. You can make it look tough and rugged, or you can soften it with plants and pretty hangers. It is so flexible. And the very best reason to make your own pipe clothing rack, the joy of creating something with your own hands. There is a special kind of satisfaction when you finish a DIY project. You took simple materials and turned them into something beautiful and useful. Every time you hang a shirt on it, you will remember the fun you had making it. This project is great for beginners too. You do not need to be an expert builder. With a little bit of guidance, which I'm happy to give, you can do this. So let's get ready to make something amazing for your home. Alright, before we can start building, we need to gather all our supplies. It is always best to have everything ready. This makes the whole process smoother and much more fun. For tools, you will not need anything too fancy. First, a pipe wrench is very important. This will help you tighten all the pipe fittings. You will also need a tape measure. This is for checking the length of your pipes and planning your space. A pencil or marker will be handy for making marks. And a level will help make sure your rack stands up straight and true. Some cleaning rags and a degreaser will also be key for prepping the pipes. Next up are the materials, and the stars of our show are the pipes and fittings. You will typically use black iron pipes or galvanized pipes. Black iron pipes have a darker, more rustic look. Galvanized pipes are shinier and resist rust a bit better. For a basic freestanding rack, you will need several lengths of pipe. Think about how tall and wide you want your rack to be. You will usually need 4 pipes for the vertical legs. You will need 1 long pipe for the top hanging bar. And you will need a few shorter pipes for the base supports. Don't forget the fittings. These are the pieces that connect everything. Let's talk more about those important fittings. You will need elbow fittings. These help you make corners, like where the top bar meets the legs. You will also need T-fittings. These look like the letter T, and are great for connecting 3 pipes together, especially for the base. And very importantly, you will need floor flanges. These are flat, round pieces that act as feet for your rack. They give it stability and a finished look. You will need 4 floor flanges for the bottom of your legs. Count everything carefully when you are buying your supplies. It is always a good idea to sketch your design first. Where can you find all these wonderful pipes and fittings? Your local home improvement store is the perfect place to start. They usually have a whole aisle dedicated to plumbing supplies. You can find pipes in various pre-cut lengths. Sometimes, the store can even cut and thread pipes for you if you need custom sizes. This can be a big help. Just ask someone in the plumbing department. Remember to choose pipes that are all the same diameter. A common size for clothing racks is 3/4 inch or 1 inch. This size is strong but not too heavy. Now that we have our list, let's plan our design. Before we even think about twisting pipes together, let's dream a little. Where will your new clothing rack live in your home? Will it be a star in your bedroom, or will it greet guests in the hallway? Knowing its spot will help you decide on the perfect size. Take out your tape measure. Measure the height, width, and depth of the space you have in mind. You want your rack to fit comfortably. It should not feel too big or too small for the room. Think about what you will hang on it. Lots of long dresses might need a taller rack. Many heavy coats will need a sturdy base. Once you have your measurements, it is time to sketch your design. This does not have to be a fancy drawing. A simple sketch will do just fine. Draw the basic shape. Label the lengths of pipe you will need. For a simple freestanding rack, you might have two taller side pieces. These will be made of a long pipe for height, an elbow, and a shorter pipe going to a T-fitting. The T-fitting will connect to two short pipes for the base, each ending in a floor flange. Then, a long pipe will connect the two side pieces at the top for hanging clothes. This visual plan is so helpful. Now let's talk about the pipes themselves. When you buy pipes, especially black iron pipes, they often have a bit of grease or oil on them. This is to protect them from rust while they are in the store. We need to clean this off before we start building or painting. An old rag and a good degreasing cleaner will work wonders. You can find degreasers in the cleaning aisle or automotive section. Wipe down every pipe and every fitting thoroughly. This step is important. It helps paint stick better if you choose to paint. It also keeps your clothes clean later on. After cleaning, you might want to paint your pipes. This is totally optional. Some folks love the raw look of the metal. I do too. But painting can be a fun way to customize your rack. You could paint them black for a classic industrial look, or maybe a fun color to match your room's decor. A metallic spray paint like gold or copper can look very chic. If you decide to paint, make sure the pipes are completely clean and dry. Spray paint works best. Apply thin, even coats. Let them dry fully according to the paint can's instructions. This prep work makes all the difference. Section 4. Building your beauty step-by-step rack assembly. Okay builders, it is time for the exciting part, putting it all together. Make sure you have a clear space to work. Lay out all your clean and possibly painted pipes and fittings. Take a look at your sketch one more time. We will build this piece by piece. It is like putting together a simple puzzle. We will start by building the two side supports, which will form the legs and part of the base of our rack. Remember to twist the pipes into the fittings nice and tight. You can hand tighten them first, then use your pipe wrench for a final secure turn. For each side support, take one of your longer vertical pipes, screw an elbow fitting onto one end, then screw a short horizontal pipe into the other side of the elbow. This short pipe will point inwards, towards where the center of the rack will be. Now take a T-fitting, screw the open end of that short horizontal pipe into one side of the T. The T should be positioned so that one opening points down, for the leg, and the other opening points sideways for the base support. Attach another short pipe into the downward-facing opening of the T. Finally, screw a floor flange onto the bottom of this pipe. This is one leg and part of your base. Repeat this whole process to make the second identical side support. Now you should have two separate side pieces, each with a leg and a floor flange at the bottom, and each should have an elbow at the top and a T fitting with an open connection point for the base. Lay these two side pieces on the floor, parallel to each other. Make sure the open ends of the T-fittings are facing each other. These will form the rest of the base. Take two more short pipes, screw one into the open T-fitting on one side support, screw the other into the open T-fitting on the other side support. These pipes will extend towards the center of the rack. Attach a floor flange to the end of each of these new pipes. Now your base is wider and more stable. The final step is to connect the two side supports at the top. This will create the bar where you hang your clothes. Take your longest pipe, the one for the top hanging bar. Carefully screw one end of this long pipe into the open elbow fitting on one of your assembled side supports. Then line up the other side support and screw the other end of the long pipe into its elbow fitting. This part might be a little tricky. You might need to gently adjust the side pieces to get the threads to line up. Once it is all connected, stand your rack up. Use your level to check if it is straight. Make any final tightening adjustments with your pipe wrench, and there you have it, your very own industrial pipe clothing rack. Section 5, Finishing Touches, Lasting Charm, and Project Pride. Your rack is built and it looks fantastic. But we are not quite done. Now comes the fun part of adding your own special style. If you did not paint your pipes earlier, you still can. Or, you might consider adding a wooden shelf to the base. You can place a piece of stained wood across the base pipes. This is perfect for shoes or storage baskets. It adds a warm touch to the cool metal. You could also add S-hooks to the top bar. These are great for hanging scarves, bags, or hats. Think about little details that make it truly yours. Personalizing your rack is all about reflecting your taste. You could wrap part of a pipe with twine or leather for a different texture, or hang a small plant from one of the elbows. Choose hangers that match your style. Sleek black hangers look great with the industrial vibe. Wooden hangers add warmth. Don't be afraid to experiment. This rack is a blank canvas. It is ready for you to add your personality. This is what makes DIY so rewarding. You create something that is perfectly suited to you and your home. It tells your story. Sometimes little things might come up as you use your rack. If a connection feels a bit wobbly over time, just grab your pipe wrench and give it a little tighten. That is the beauty of this design. It is easy to adjust. To keep your rack looking its best, simply wipe it down with a dry cloth occasionally to remove dust. If you used black iron pipes and did not paint them, they might develop a bit of rust over time, especially in humid areas. Some people like this aged look. If you don't, you can clean it off with fine steel wool and apply a clear sealant. Building this rack is a fairly quick project. You can probably gather materials and build it in an afternoon or a weekend. The cost is also quite reasonable, especially compared to buying a similar rack new. You are investing your time to create something unique and lasting. And the satisfaction? That is priceless. Every time you see it, you will feel a sense of accomplishment. You have taken simple pipes and turned them into a functional and stylish piece of furniture. It is strong, it is useful, and it is all you. Enjoy your beautiful new creation. You earned it.